Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to Big Mouth Live. Welcome to Big Mouth Live. We are live. It's like we haven't seen each other for ages because we didn't have a live this morning, did we? Because I was getting vaxxed up. And those superpowers, those metahuman powers are flowing within inside me. So how is everyone today? Designated power driver, both. Yeah, you know what, designated power driver? I agree with that. I love Zack Snyder's films. I say a lot of things about Snyder, positive and negative. I'm a balanced individual. So I agree with that. Joel Davies, hello, Mr. Mickey. Hello, Mr. Joel Davies. How are you doing tonight? Welcome, everyone. We've now got 4 people in the chat. That's why I'm asking tonight, DC fan or Snyder stan? I nicked this question from Chris Wong Svensson because he was asking his subscribers, and I think it's an interesting one. But yes, I'm both a Snyder stan and a DC fan. Definitely a DC fan first and foremost, but I can't say that I don't like Snyder's DC movies. But I will say this, when I think about Metallo, being in BVS, he would have been a better answer than Doomsday. Leroy Kong, hello, I'm a fan of both Zack Snyder and DC. Zack is my one and greatest director ever. We need the Snyderverse. Do you know what, Leroy? I would love to have a Snyderverse within the multiverse. I wish that could have happened. I wish both parties behaved better. Dave Ethan, DC fan first, Snyder stan second. Yeah, like me, just like me. You put it there, brother. Because he has made 3 really good films, hasn't he? And I've enjoyed his films. It's a shame. It's a shame. It really is. I think the fandom is splintered. I really do. They don't seem to be able to make anything trend anymore either. It's true I haven't been getting involved with the events lately. Dave Ethan. High five, my brother. High five. If I seem a bit out of kilter, it's because the vaccine is affecting me a little bit. I've got stomach convulsions. I've got sore bones. So I'm trying my best to be the energy, the life and ball of energy I normally am. But I may kind of differ sometimes and go a bit down. So bear with me. Leroy Kong, the Snyderverse can be called Earth 55. It can work in the multiverse. WBR falls. I don't think there's any question of having a Snyder Elseworld. I still ask this question. How can Gal Gadot, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Ezra Miller and Ray Fisher both be in an Elseworld and in their central universe? That's kind of the question. The only way of doing it is deleting them from the central universe and keeping them in the Elseworld. I don't think the studio would want to do questions that would need answers. Snyder is certainly still fighting. As we saw, he was on Tyrone Magnus's stream talking about basically the Wayne T. Carr situation, nearly cancelling the Snyder Cut. We really knew nothing about this, and him deciding not to keep on fighting for Wayne because he didn't want Wayne to feel responsible for the Snyderverse or the Snyder Cut being cancelled. But I do believe there's a Jon Stewart in the Flash movie, by the way. I am hearing rumblings, so but yes, anyone who's been following me for a great deal of time knows that I love Zack Snyder's movies. I also feel that in a way, Snyder would be kind of better served within his career to direct other people's stories because visually he's fantastic. No one makes superheroes look as awesome as Zack Snyder. Leroy Kong, again, Zack did nothing wrong. Well, we don't know what happened behind the scenes. I think both of them acted improperly. When you're in a partnership, Leroy, I don't know if you're married or in a relationship where you've got friends. It's a two-way street, right? No director in the history of movie making gets 100% creative and artistic integrity and freedom. Not even Martin Scorsese. It just doesn't happen. Nobody gets the freedom that Snyder wants. Nobody. It simply doesn't happen anywhere. We saw what happened to Mark Miller this week with the cancellation on Netflix, where a lot of you people are talking about Netflix letting Zack do what he wants. But as soon as Mark Miller's, whatever the thing was called, wasn't getting watched, poof, gone, finished. So they're just the same as the studios. Leroy Conway will continue spreading positivity and love towards Zack Snyder. No law against that. Zack is the greatest. No, you can do whatever you want. As long as you don't break the law or hurt anyone, it's fine. Yeah, absolutely. No one's saying you can't spread positivity about Zack, but as a YouTuber, it is my position and my responsibility to be balanced and unbiased. Although I'm a DC fan and a Snyder fan, of course I am, I have to be unbiased, or people are not going to want to join the party. The designated pile driver, Leroy Kong, agreed. Yes, listen, I don't have an issue with him as a filmmaker. I have issues with the way things have gone down. And clearly, when a studio say, don't film Zack, and you film, they're going to be unhappy with you, Again, that's just my opinion. Joel Davis, hi Mickey, why do you not have comments allowed on your TikTok? Oh, Joel, it's simple, my friend. If you follow me and I follow you back, then we can exchange comments, right? I can even highlight your comments in the reply, but I am not leaving my comments open because I'm an older guy on TikTok, trolls come after me. Trolls, 13, 14, 15-year-old boys abusing people. I don't want that in my community. I want to create a great, environment. So I'm following back about 5 or 6 people right now. We have great conversations. But Joel, there's no way that I'm going to have my followers and the people who watch my stuff seeing the disgusting things some of these people say. So that, my friend, is why my comments are just open to people who I follow and follow me back. Joel Davis, that makes sense. Yeah, look, if you know anything about TikTok, you know it's vicious. It's vicious. Young people do not like older guys like me on TikTok. And I will not stop going on TikTok. I enjoy winding them up. It's fun at the end of the day. But I will go on any platform I fucking well want to. And no one's going to stop this guy. No one. I am unstoppable. My platforms will keep on doing what they do. Sometimes I talk a load of nonsense. Sometimes I do silly things on there. But that's up to me. I'm not hurting anyone, am I? I just want to have some fun and talk about geek, right? What's wrong with that? Leroy Kong, great live, Mick. I will be getting something to eat. I liked your video. Peace to you. I'm nobody's enemy, a true DC and Zack Snyder fan. Take care. See you later, Leroy. Enjoy your meal. And then there was 5. Of course, I will be scouring Twitter during this live to make sure we're not missing on any big news. There is nothing really going on. We know that a Batman symbol has been released by Andy Muschietti. We know that the Shazam, stunning Shazam costume has been revealed. I expect many, many more reveals. And I do expect, as I've already said, I do expect a Jon Stewart and a Hal Jordan to appear in the Flash movie. John, hi, Mick. What are we talking about tonight? I'm asking, Snyder stan or DC fan? So that's the reason. It was nothing to do with racism that they cut Wayne T. Kerr from the Snyder Cut. They were already planning to have a Jon Stewart in the Flash movie. That's the truth. WB and no more racist than any other studio. But you know what my opinion is? That everyone's got a little bit of racism in the back of their heads without thinking about it. And I'm saying Greek Cypriots, I'm saying white people, I'm saying black people, I'm saying Asian people. Everyone has got a little bit of racism in the back of their heads. But this is what I see as racism. Let me tell you what I think is racism. I think racism is when you hate someone else that's different and you're abusive to them and you're venomous against them and you have hate, right? Illogical hate towards different races. To me, that's racist, right? You know, using certain terms because you're not educated in what terms are right or wrong, and it's not racism because you're not doing it on purpose. It doesn't come from a place of hate. And unfortunately, some of these people everyone wants to call everyone racist these days, right? So we know that the Flash movie is doing what it's going to do. We know many DC characters will be represented in this film. And the two Green Lanterns, John Stewart and Hal Jordan, I believe, and I've been told will be represented in the Flash movie, which is really exciting for me personally. I think the Green Lantern Corps, OR, is Star Wars in the DC universe. And get that right. Get that right. You've got something special in your hands. Dave Ethan, great definition of racism. Yeah, because I believe real racism is from hatred and toxicity. So let's just say I came up with a term that, say if I was a bit uneducated and someone who's mixed race and I called them half caste, right? Now, a lot of black people call that racist. That's not racist. That's a lack of education. So instead of going, you're racist, educate me in a constructive way. But just calling everyone racist and sexist and toxic man babies, where does that get anyone? You know, the heart is a beautiful thing. Be loving to each other. Don't hate people because of their genders. Don't hate, don't be transphobic or homophobic. Let people do what they want to do, right? As long as they're not breaking the law or killing anyone, leave people alone, right? Peace. Peace out. The internet has become this horrible place. And I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand the hatred. You're old. What are you doing on the internet? Because I want to be on the internet. That's it. The internet isn't just for the young. Jesus Christ, if only the young were on the internet, it'd be a fucking boring place. Do, lo, bay, jay, yay. Boring. You're boring. So, what about that? Disney have greenlit a sequel for that film that I forgot the title of. I was all about to go on about a sequel, and I've forgotten the title of the film. Jeff Hill, hey, Jeff. John, do you think The Flash is going to be a long movie? No. I think you'll be lucky if it reaches 2 hours, 15 minutes. So I don't think it'll be a long film, but I could be wrong. Of course, I could. I don't think so, though. Maybe it could span 2.5 hours, but the way they're getting through the shooting, I don't think it's a necessarily long movie, but I don't think it's an excessively short movie either. I mean, they reckon they've shot half of it already. I mean, come on. Jeff Hill, DC fan Snyder Stan. Yeah, that's what I am. That's what I am. I mean, it's crazy, this Snyder stuff. Jeff Hill, Snyder stands are not true DC fans. They are mindless cult. Oh, I'm going to respond to that. There are some Snyder stands, Jeff, who are actually DC fans and really good people and not part of a cult. But there are other people who are pure. You're right. You're right. And I'm starting to twist against them. As I said on my pre-recorded video, I was, standing the, what's that site called? I forgot what it's called now. Jesus Christ, I'm forgetting things tonight, aren't I? Must be the vaccine. The DC Syndicate, right? I was really enjoying the DC Syndicate. Great great account. And because I said something like, Snyder had the opportunity to restore the Snyderverse, and, he did some things that annoyed DC, they called me out on it because basically they're Snyder stands with a DC account. So I unfollowed them. And that's it, really. I'm a Twitter account with around 1,500 followers. I was retweeting them, and now they're not going to get those retweets because they're dumb. So you do have a point there with some people from that fandom. There's no question about it. And now it's become a splintered fan base now. So they don't have the power to get the trends anymore. Right now they're tweeting that they want a change in DC WB leadership. That's not going to happen. I understand their frustrations, I do, but it's turned out the way it's turned out. And Snyder hasn't been as honest with them about the situation as he should be, right? Jeff, your problem with the Snyder stands is that they are ruining things for us DC fans. You know what, Jeff? They can't ruin anything for you or me. They can't. They're not. I know what you mean. The negativity and toxicity can get a bit too much. Jeff, and Snyder loves encouraging their behavior. He does encourage them because he thinks that's going to help him get some power back in the DC live action universe, which it won't. As I say, they're a splintered fandom now. They hold no power anymore. It's not 2019 anymore. It's done. It's over. And he holds some responsibility to that. But they can't ruin things for us. We are getting this multiverse strategy. And there's nothing that these little people can do about it. They can scream and cry as much as they want. But it's not going to change anything. But yes, Snyder does. Snyder believes that he uses them as a means to an end, as he did by going on Tyrone Magnus's YouTube video yesterday. Ronnie Dodge, hey mate, I'm a DC fan through and through, not a Snyder fan. Hey, Ronnie! I've said it already. I am a DC fan first and then a Snyder stan. I used to be a bigger Snyder stan than I am now. Jeff Hill, I think Tyrone Magnus is becoming one of those toxic Snyder fans. He used to be good, yeah. He doesn't have a balance anymore. This is what happens when a fan base can't get what they want. They were given the Snyder cut, and then an assumption was made, including by me, that we were going to get everything after that, right? Don't forget to like and share the video, everyone, and share the channel as well if you can be naffed. Yeah, someone told me the other day that he literally blocks people who don't say what he likes. So John Disney are doing a Cruella sequel. That's what I was wanting to talk about. I forgot the name Cruella. This is a female lead directed by a guy, and he's directed this female lead better than some of these female directors, aka Patty Jenkins. So I'll look forward to that sequel. So it must have done pretty well for them, which I think that it did. And Emma Stone is a fabulous actor. She's not one of those toxic females in the industry either. A bit like Emilia Clarke. Emilia Clarke's loads of fun as well. If you ever end up at a party with Emilia Clarke, you'll have a good time. It's just a laugh. The woman's just a laugh. And very talented, of course. And of course, she's going to be part of the MCU now with Secret Invasion, which is very exciting. I would have preferred her to get involved with the DCEU, but it wasn't to be, maybe in the future. So hit me with your questions and your comments, because there really isn't much going on right now to discuss. Ronnie Dodge, The Flash is going to be an incredible movie. Sam Dejan reviews. Charlie Hunman needs to be in the DCU. You know what? He's a fan casting. I'm not sure what I make of him, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of his. Yes, Ronnie, The Flash is going to be an incredible movie. Sam Dejan reviews. I heard WB are happy with the Batman and want to delay. You mean you heard that WB are not happy with the Batman and want to delay? No, they're very happy with the Batman. They keep on sending flyers, coming soon, coming in March. They wouldn't be doing that if they were unhappy with it, my friend. Don't watch Doomcock. Don't believe Doomcock. Don't believe Grace Randolph. This is just nonsense. Where's the delay? Oh, definitely, Jeff Hill. I mean, it's bullshit, isn't it? It's jealousy. It's jealousy, my friend. That film will be released on time and there will be no delays. I'm sorry, haters. You're not going to win. Sandra Reviews, do you think Black Canary will show up in the Batgirl movie? I doubt it. I would think that Black Canary isn't a big priority at Warner Brothers right now, and maybe we'll see her in the future. But Batgirl is happening, and that's very, very exciting. And the people doing Batgirl are very talented people. So it's exciting. Ronnie Dodge, the more Snyder goes after WB, the less likely he will continue that universe. Well, this is why he's going after them, because he's not getting his own way. I mean, he went on to Tyrone Magnus and said, you know, it's been very quiet from them. He hasn't heard anything from them. He was bringing up the Wayne T. Carr thing again. You know, it's just boring now. I don't see anything new developing with the Snyder situation. It's just... Ronnie Dodge, how are you feeling after your jab? Got a message. I can book mine from next week. Oh, you mean your second jab, yeah? Oh, haven't you had your first one yet? Basically, my arm, I can feel the muscles in my arm when I move. I can feel the muscles in my legs a bit. I was feeling a bit fluey earlier, not too bad, but they say the second day is when it really hits you. So I'm getting a bit worried. I'll let you know tomorrow how it ends up. But I have got some superpowers. I flew. I literally flew. And I had heat vision coming out my eyes and X-ray vision. Snyder, suck it, WB. Jeff Hill, zero appreciation on his end. Oh, yeah, definitely. No other studio would have given a director $70 million to finish his movie. He doesn't get it. Zach, don't shoot. Okay, I'm going to shoot on my driveway. Zach, we're doing a Jon Stewart. I don't care. Well, mate, it's their money. It's their IP. Yeah, but I had to do it because of my daughter. Yeah, but sorry, mate. You can't play that card, right? It was tragic what happened to your daughter, but still, you can't keep on using your daughter's death, mate. It's unfair. Ronnie Dodge, Snyder said, suck it, WB. Well, if I was WB, I would say, suck it, Snyder, you're out. Well, they already have, to be fair. Dave Ethan, congratulations on your first vaccine shot. Good luck with your second one. I got both of them by next week. I'm fully vaccinated. Awesome. Well, don't forget, you'll probably have to get a booster in the winter. It's never over. We're probably going to have a booster every year. We're not actually vaccinated. What the vaccine actually does, it stops you from ending up in hospital and dying. You still can get the virus and you can still spread it. So it's not a proper vaccine, but it's good. And it's a positive thing because we don't end up in hospital and we don't die. So, and basically they put the influenza virus in it. That's why people get ill. There's water in it. There's other bits and pieces, but it's supposed to stop you from getting extremely ill. That's the point. But thank you for the congratulations. Keep on Twitter, Ronnie. Keep on Twitter, Ronnie. Let us know if anything's breaking. I could really do with some Cavill breaking news. Now that's a suit reveal we'd all fucking like, right? Imagine if him and Black Adam fight. Imagine it. I'm hearing Sunday for the Black Adam costume reveal. I could be wrong, but I've heard a rumor that Sunday is the Black Adam costume reveal. Again, I could be wrong, so don't come after me if I'm wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. I do get a few things right now and again. Just remember, everyone, WB will do an interview with the Hollywood Reporter or Variety, and they will put their side of this story, of the Snyder story. And the truth bombs they're going to come out with are going to stun the fucking world, right? Now, I've told you some of it already. I've tried to explain to you the truth of the situation, right? So when they do come out, because they will, they can't just allow this geezer to just keep on saying things while they keep quiet. They will put their side of the story, maybe just before the release of Flashpoint. But WB will not stay quiet forever, because I think it's important. There is a balance in this conversation. He's played his part for the falling apart of this relationship, and people just don't see it. He's not a poor little victim here. He's actually a bit of a piss taker. He really believes he can, he should be able to do whatever he wants on his own movie. That's not the way it works. I'm sorry. Nobody does that. Nobody gets that. But other directors don't shoot their mouths off. Jeff Hill, if it was your money on the line, you wouldn't continue the Snyderverse either. These fans have no idea how the business works and are great at telling others what to do with their money. Exactly. They have zero understanding. It's this whole thing about toxicity on the Justice League set. He came on. They weren't exactly that friendly to him. They weren't being... Basically, he didn't want them because he didn't cast them, and they didn't want him. They wanted Zach. So a relationship on that premise is never going to work. Things like, he threatened Gal's career. Well, directors always threaten actors' careers in the heat at the moment. He's not the first to do it, and he won't be the last. That's how it works. It's like when Ray Fisher said Jeff Johns gently told him, watch your career. And, these are things that are told to actors all the time. I can imagine Ray Fisher's a right pain in the arse on the set. This, like the whole thing when he didn't want to say booyah because Arnold from Different Strokes said, what you're talking about, Willis. One of the great fucking things in a sitcom, by the way. It's not racist for a black man to have a fucking slogan, you idiot. Booyah! Just say it. Booyah! Booyah! Actually, next time I have sex, Jeff Hill, bro, Ray Fisher had no experience before jail. He should be grateful he was there. What the fuck? Yeah, it's true, isn't it? So next time I have sex, I'm going to do this. Booyah! Booyah! Unfortunately, Ray Fisher thinks he's more important and powerful than he actually is. I want an apology. Studios don't apologize to people, mate. Jeff Hill, and yeah, Whedon was given an impossible task. People quick to forget he directed one of the most successful superhero movies ever that kick-started the modern superhero era, plus Buffy, plus Angel, and you know the new series on HBO Max is pretty good, by the way. Credit to him, he's been forced off of it, but he's done a good job with that one as well. He's a talented fellow, but they're all a bit toxic anyway. You know, nobody's fucking perfect, you know, so yeah. It was an impossible. The worst thing for Joss, of course, that he was given the same schedule as Zach to finish that movie, to reshoot and rewrite a movie. It was impossible. And I think considering the short space of time he had, he did an okay job. Of course, it's a fucking clusterfuck. But there's some great things in that movie as well, like the race between the Flash and Superman. Great idea. And something else I appreciated that Joss did in Justice League. When Batman said we're bringing back Superman, I like the fact that Wonder Woman didn't like that. It was a bit of drama. When you see the Snyder Cut and it's not there, you think, well, this is a bit bare. They're just all agreeing to it. There should be someone to say, do you know what? I know that Aquaman does it, but in Justice League, Diana does it in such a way that it creates drama. And it kind of works for the piece. People don't want to see a balanced discussion. They just care about what they care about, and that's the problem, isn't it? But basically, this is what you have to accept, all of you. Flashpoint is rebooting the entire DCEU. No movie that's happened will actually matter. Oh yeah, it'll be remembered and there'll be some backstories there. Yes, of course, but they're being rebooted. And I think when you've got films like Wonder Woman 84 and Birds of Prey, that's fucking brilliant. You're being rebooted. Have some of that. But yeah, Whedon obviously is a talented guy. I'm a bit concerned that one of the young actresses on Buffy said that he wasn't allowed anywhere near her. That, of course, is very concerning, and I can't justify that whatsoever. And I think it's probably true. But Hollywood, this is Hollywood. This is how it works, and it's a terrible place. We like the movies, we stand the movies, we consume it, but the people who make and give us this product are not very nice people. They talk about, they talk about kindness and compassion. They're the least kind and compassionate people in the world. Jeff Hill, I'm so salty how they wasted Black Mask and Cassandra Cain in BOP. Yeah, I agree. Those are fantastic characters, and it's like Kathy Yan never read a fucking comic before. What about what she said about the comic books? Men expecting women to be in costumes. No, we don't expect just women to be in costumes. We expect our superheroes to have good, accurate, articulate, awesome costumes. Love. Ronnie Dodge, I'm betting Barbara is going to drop the Supergirl chess piece next week. I can't wait. Jeff Hill, the allegations are unfortunate. Does not discount his talent, though. I feel the same about Kevin Spacey. He's a monster, but it's undeniable that he's a talented actor. Oh, yeah, what an actor. And a pretty decent Lex Luthor as well, by the way. But yeah, a brilliant actor. But yeah, I can't justify that. I can't justify what he did, obviously, nor have you. But yeah, Jeff Hill, and we are honestly robbed of future great performances by him. Yeah, from his own actions, I'm afraid. He's a fucking brilliant actor. But you can't go around, having sex with underage people, so. Hey, but they're all doing it. They're just not getting caught, are they? He's just one of many. It doesn't make it right. It's terrible, but that's Hollywood. Look at James Gunn. Look at the party he was seen at. He's still working in the industry, by the way. I love his content. I love his Suicide Squad movie, right? What I've seen of it, but, it's not a nice place. And they talk down to us. They tell us that we should be better people. But what about them? Hello, my name is Mick. What can I do for you today? We do pizza? Pepperoni? Jeffield, did you see those photos of Taika Waititi in a threesome with Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson? Dude's a boss love. But you know what's really funny, though? But he's a hypocrite. I say good luck to him, right? But at the end of the day, right, he's the kind of person who will talk down to us and tell us, be kind, don't make women sexual objects. Then he's buffing 3 of them at the same fucking time. I mean, you know, those 3 women, I mean, those 2 women, I mean, but Ronnie Dodge, I think the Flash will be 2.5 hours. I hope so. I'll be happy with that. I mean, Tessa Thompson's another SJW, then she's in bed with a man. It just makes me laugh. Rita Ora's just Rita Ora. She doesn't have any morals of any kind. Rita's a good time girl. Let's have some likes, everyone. Come on. I hope the Flash is 2.5 hours. That would be beyond my wildest dreams because I don't think it's going to come near that. I think you're looking at just over 2 hours. But I hope you're right and I hope that I'm wrong. Oh, I've got a feeling. Da, da, da. I can't wait till Aquaman 2 starts filming. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? Will he get a new costume? I think he will. If he gets a new costume, then we know Flashpoint is doing this. Ronnie Dodge, I'm still so pumped for Keaton making his return to the DCEU. So am I. It's not a return now, is it? It's an arrival. He's not been in the DCEU before. I've got a feeling. Da, da, da. The guy was doing Rita Ora and Tessa Thompson at the same time. Jeff Hill, how do you see Keaton staying in the DCEU after Flashpoint? Is it a one-off thing? I've read rumours he's effectively replacing Affleck. Right. Michael Keaton will be basically every single version of every single character you see in this movie will be part of the franchise. It doesn't matter what Earth they come from. They're making everything canon. So Michael Keaton's Batman will be part of the Justice League, the Multiverse Justice League. He will train Batgirl. It will be a Batman Beyond thing, but instead of a male kind of young guy, it's going to be Batgirl. So that's what's happening, and Batgirl and Keaton's Batman will be part of this Multiverse Justice League. Now, I'm not convinced that Ben Affleck's being replaced at all at the end of this movie. He could continue on. So I'm interested to see what happens there. I'm not convinced he's gone, but he could be. I just don't know. But I've got a feeling with the good relationship he's got with WB, not necessarily going to be gone, but we will see. But definitely Keaton's here to stay. No question about that. Of course, he's not getting any younger, but it's still good to have him as long as we can. Ronnie Dodge, a rival and hopefully staying for a while. Yes, I think so, Ronnie. Part of the Multiverse Justice League. So it's all very exciting. For me, a lot of people are angry that, it's not Jeremy Dean Morgan's Thomas Wayne. And I can understand that frustration, but Jeffrey Dean Morgan's hinted a few things lately, and I think we could be surprised by an appearance by his Thomas Wayne, and that may give a little bit of closure for Ben Affleck's Batman, which would be sensational. So don't write off Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Thomas Wayne cameoing in Andy Muschietti's The Flash, okay? Ronnie Dodge, Keaton is going to be the Nick Fury of the DCEU. I don't know. I don't know about that because that would mean maybe he'd be the leader of the Justice League, which maybe he is, but I don't think so. But he's definitely going to be around. I had an interesting idea years ago about the Nick Fury of the DCEU, and it was literally Perry White. I thought Perry White could have been like this secret, governmental officer, doing the job at the Daily Planet, but really he's gonna run the Justice League and form the Justice League. I thought he would have been a great little Nick Fury character for the DCEU. I know it's not comics canon, but I think it could have been quite interesting because I think the actor's got that in him, hasn't he? I mean, he's Morbius, for fuck's sake. Even Nick Fury's not the Nick Fury of the MCU. We barely see him, but we're getting Secret Invasion, which is awesome. Richie Mo, my notification didn't ping. How are you doing and what's the subjects? Right, we started off asking Snyder Stan or DC fan, so you can let me know your answer to that. And we're just talking about random stuff. We're talking about who's going to be the Nick Fury of the DCEU. I had a great idea for Lawrence Fishburne's Perry White to be the Nick Fury of the DCEU. I would have enjoyed that. Or even Agent Waller, Amanda Waller. That would be an interesting one. I don't think Batman should be that kind of figure. Then there was 4. So let me guess which 4 are in here. Richie Mo, Ronnie Dodge, maybe Jeff Hill, maybe Jeff's left. Well, people say that Robert Pattinson's replaced Ben Affleck, but that's not the case. Jeff Hill, I'm here, bro. I'm glad to hear it. So I got that right. So we've got 3 regulars and a quiet one who's not commenting. Interesting. Oh, we got 7 people in the house. Welcome, Snyder Stan or DC fan. Let me know in the comments. Richie Mo, both. Low. I love DC and I love Zach's movies, even the non-DC, but I'm here for the long run with the DC. Yeah, I'm more experienced with Zach's DC movies. They're the ones I love. I'm not particularly interested in his other movies, but I did watch Army of the Dead and I thought it was half decent for the first 3 quarters. But yeah, my knowledge of Zach's work is really DC. So this is why I don't venture out. I mean, even though Watchmen is DC as well, which we forget sometimes. So he's actually done 4 DC movies. Wow. And for me, Watchmen's brilliant, but that's because I've never read a Watchmen comic. People who have, or some people who have, didn't like the Watchmen movie, which is interesting. I'm still perplexed what they don't like about it, so it'd be interesting to talk to some comic book fans from the Watchmen, from Watchmen. Ronnie Dodge, I can't wait to hear Benjamin's version of the Batman '89 theme. Hopefully, I will have a modern twist. It'll be interesting what they do there. I would assume when you see him, it will be slight. I'm looking forward to his Flash theme. Richie Mo, Dawn of the Dead, 300 Watchmen, and Legend of Garhu are fantastic. I've never seen The Legend of Garhu. I haven't seen Dawn of the Dead, but I have seen 300 and Watchmen, and they're sensational movies, no question about that. He just makes movies that are very different and not for everyone. Richie Mo, even 300 Rise of the Empire was great. I never saw that. But the first one, definitely a great movie. Ronnie Dodge, yes, still here, mate. Awesome. Because if you left, there will be punishments. I don't tolerate failure, Mr. Bond. So 300 is a visually beautiful movie. Watchmen is just fucking insane. Watchmen and the Snyder Cut have got a lot of kind of things like in common. Rishi Mo, how did your vaccine go, Mick? Yeah, it went all right. My arm's a bit stiff, my bones are a bit stiff. But they say it's the next day when you get the flu symptoms and you get fucked up. So let's see. You don't actually feel the injection. I mean, I've already bunged myself up with paracetamol. I took 2 before I went, 2 afterwards, a few hours afterwards. So we'll see. Come with me to the sea of love. Thank you for asking, though, Richie. Favourite Looney Tunes character? Mine's Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny is the Don of animation. Fuck off Woody, fuck off Buzz, all of you. Bugs Bunny is the Don. John, did you hear that a Batman 89 comic is coming out? No, I didn't, but that's exciting. So as you can see, the studio are going full throttle with this. You know, they're really hyping it up. Because at the end of the day, I don't think people understand how popular, how groundbreaking Keaton's Batman, Burton's Batman was. It was. It's still very watchable. It's fantastic. And it's the only version of Gotham that actually looks like someone actually made an effort, right? The others just shoot in a city, and that's that. It's a bit like the Metropolis in Superman the movie. It's just literally New York City. Ronnie Dodge, I can't wait for fandom. The wait is killing me. Jeff Hill, how do you rank the Spider-Man movies, MCU and non-MCU? Right, this is easy for me. And I'm going to class Civil War as a type of Spider-Man movie as well. So, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 1 is number 1. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is number 2. Amazing Spider-Man 1 is number 3. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is number 4. Civil War is number 5. And I don't care what fucking order you put in, you know, the Tom Holland Homecoming and No Way Home. Or not No Way Home, whatever it is, right? Far From Home. You can put those, but they're at the bottom. But for me, the best Spider-Man film is probably Spider-Man 2 by Sam Raimi. You're not going to get better than that. Richie Moe. The Tasmanian Devil is my fave Looney Tune character. He's fun. I love Yosemite Sam as well. You balmy rabbit. Richie Moe, Into the Spider-Verse is amazing. Pun intended. I like it. I know people absolutely adore it. So apparently, this is how they break into the multiverse in Spider-Man No Way Home. So apparently what happens is everyone finds out, as we know, who Peter is. So he asks Doctor Strange to wipe everybody's minds apart from his friends and Aunt May's of who he is. So he does that, but that opens up a crack in the multiverse, and that brings these original Raimi Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man villains to the movie. And that's when things go fucked up. Ronnie Dodge, gonna go, mate. See you tomorrow. See you later, Ronnie. Jeff Hill, Holland Garfield or Matt Maguire. Holland Garfield or Maguire. Oh, sorry, Maguire. Every time. Maguire's the best Spider-Man. There's not even a debate for me. Sorry. Richie Moe, see you, Ronnie. But yeah, for me, Tobey Maguire, even though he was older than the years he was playing, it worked. He was great. Maguire's got great quality. And Sam Raimi just made two. Well, I like all three of the movies. John, how would you rank the Batman movies? Now, there's a lot of Batman movies, so you're going to have to bear with me. So, I'm going to say Batman Begins. So, I don't need to say the numbers. I'm starting from number 1. So, Batman Begins for me is the best Batman movie. Then Batman Returns, Batman 89, right? And then The Dark Knight. Then probably Batman versus Superman, The Dark Knight Rises. Then probably Batman Forever. and Batman and Robin, and then no. Before Batman and Robin and Batman Forever, I'm saying Batman 1960s. Then those other two. That's how I would rank them. I'm sure I've missed the movie out. Richie Mo, Toby's the best Peter Parker. Garfield is the best as Spider-Man, and Holland just looks age appropriate. Lol. Yeah, the problem is with looking age appropriate. That's great and everything, but you know, it is not Holland's fault. It's the story. It's the execution. I actually think Maguire's a great Spider-Man and a great Peter Parker. I just think he does the whole thing. I never really got into Andy Garfield's Spider-Man. I was just too in love with Maguire's. It just took me out of it that Maguire wasn't involved and Raimi wasn't involved anymore, so it was hard for me. But, you know, to have Emma Stone in those two films was sensational. I don't know how they did that. But then we look at MJ. You know, we look who was playing MJ in the Raimi movies. Again, an amazing actor. Jeff Hill, what are your thoughts on Justice League Mortal? How different would the landscape be if it was released? Well, Justice League Mortal was obviously pre-DCEU. What I don't think would have happened. I don't know if people would have liked it or not. But we're assuming it would have been one of those amazing, groundbreaking movies. But was it ever meant to start a franchise? So, yes, definitely the landscape would have been different because I assume they would have basically what they would have done is just made loads of Justice League movies. And maybe some of those characters could have spun off into standalone movies as well. So the landscape would have been different. And maybe the DC franchise would have been more successful than Marvel is now. Richie Mo, I'm a Toby generation, but I love Garfield's first movie. John, do you like the X-Men movies? Yes. The X-Men movies and Raimi's Spider-Man are what have risen superhero movies to the central piece of movies these days. Without what Bryan Singer did with the first two movies, X-Men X2 is a sensational movie, but so is his first one. And really, he went off to do Superman Returns. He probably should have done X-Men 3, but hindsight's a great thing, right? Jeff Hill, you like the Aaron Johnson Craven casting? I do. I think it's great casting. I can't wait. The Flow, are you excited for Euro 2021? And which team will you support? I'll support England, but I don't think they're going to do anything. And I am looking forward to Euro 2021. Richie Mo, did you like the New Mutants? I didn't watch it. I wasn't interested in it. I haven't even seen the last Fox X-Men movie. But I don't know, but I may own New Mutants on Prime Video. I'm not sure though. But I'm not that interested in seeing it. It's just not going to do anything for me. Not because there's not going to be more of them, because there doesn't have to be more of them. But obviously, it's an interesting idea to have new mutants and start a new generation of mutants. That would have been interesting, but it's got this horror movie thing about it. It just doesn't interest me, to be honest. What I love about the summer is having a football tournament. In the old days, it would have been Big Brother, but we've got Love Island coming back. I just like things to talk about. So I'll be covering Euro 2021. I'll be covering Love Island because I love those silly reality shows. So very exciting to see what happens there. I think we'll have an element of fans there as well. So what's going on? Is Euro 2021 going to be hosted in the UK? I don't understand. The Flow. WB didn't even contact Zack Snyder after the Snyder Cut, only via Ann Sarnoff article. How rude. Well, there was no need to contact him, The Flow, because they didn't want anything to do with him again. You know, the relationship broke down, The Flow, because at the end of the day, one of the issues was they told him not to shoot anything, and he went and shot it anyway, right? He shot Wayne T. Carr on his driveway. He was told not to do that. If you go to work and your boss says don't do something, but you do it, what's going to happen? Think about it. Think about it logically. I think both parties could have dealt with things in a more better constructive way. And if you agree with me, smash a like on the video. This is awkward. No one's going to smash a like on the video. John, the X-Men movies had a great cast. Yeah, I love the X-Men movies, especially the first two. But even X-Men Last Stand, for the shit it gets, the stuff between Jean Grey and Logan was fucking beautiful. Stay with me. It's just beautiful stuff. So, The Flow, why stop shooting Green Lantern if they didn't plan to continue with him anyways? Because they want John Stewart to be in the Flash movie. John Stewart and Hal Jordan, I'm hearing, will be in the Flash movie, The Flow, and they didn't want him doing another version of John Stewart. They told him not to shoot anything, and he did. And that's the problem. So, as I say, if your boss tells you not to do something and you do it, you know what's going to happen. So, he talks about saying, I had no choice. I had to do what I had to do because of my daughter. I don't think that's fair. I don't. I just think he doesn't want a partnership. He wants to do whatever he wants, and he can't. I'm sorry, but he can't. Nobody can. No one gets 100% free will as a director. Nobody. Not even James Gunn. Not even, Robert Rodriguez or any of these great directors. The studio is the boss, and it always will be. Richie Mo, I really like all the X-Men movies, even Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix. Didn't see Dark Phoenix. And New Mutants was like a John Hughes movie. Oh, well, I'm definitely not going to watch it then. I love John Hughes movies, but no. Home Alone in Mutants form, no thanks. I really have got a frog in my throat, and it won't leave. Jesus Christ. Right, about 3 minutes, everyone, before we say goodnight. It's been a great stream as far as I'm concerned. Smash some likes, please, before we go. So X-Men 1 and 2 are fucking amazing films. They really are, and they still stand up. And Singer did a lot in the camera as well. Singer had great quality as a director. It's a shame about the kind of person he turned out to be, of course. So did you hear the story of X-Men 1? So Hugh Jackman, when he's on I think it's the Statue of Liberty, he wasn't getting it. And basically, Bryan Singer took him to his trailer and made him watch the whole of Superman the movie. So when Lois Lane dies and Superman screams and turns the clock back, the world back on its axis, and he was, Singer was telling him to take inspiration from that moment, and Jackman did, and he got it straight away, and they locked that scene. So just an amazing story from the set, behind the scenes of X-Men 1. John, got to go. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, John. Richie Mo, it makes a change you having a frog in your throat. Normally you're fighting flies and spiders, lol. True. The Flow, do you think Henry Cavill will be in either Black Adam or Shazam 2? I think he'll be in 2, The Flow. I think let me rephrase that. I think he'll be in both. He was traveling to US recently. Yeah, I saw him on the plane yesterday. They are shooting the movies now. Yeah, I expect him to be in both Black Adam and Shazam Fury of the Gods, The Flow. So there you go. You got yourself a little exclusive there. I think it's pretty obvious he's in both of those movies. And no one's gonna convince me of different. The Flow, that would be awesome. It would. I will cry a happy tear when I see Henry Cavill again as Superman, because it's been a long road. It's been a long fight since Justice League, and Henry deserved better. Ray Fisher talks about what he went through. Henry had his fucking upper lip hacked to death, right? And he never said a word. In fact, he made a joke of it. you should see some of the British humbleness, Ray, and be inspired by it, because Henry Cavill is a true pro. Richie Mo, do you believe that Feige makes his directors watch Superman the movie before they stop filming for inspiration? I didn't know that was a thing. Do you know what? I hope he does. But I've said this on this channel before, Richie. Superman the movie is an inspiration for everyone. And when I see that opening title crawl, I'm motivated. That film is fabulous, and it still stands up today. And what Richard Donner did was sensational, and it nearly killed him. It nearly gave him a heart attack because the pressure that man was under, most of that stuff was done in a camera. It's an amazing film. So I do believe that. Because basically Superman the movie is the inspiration for the MCU. It's what Feige wants the MCU to be. And it's a shame that franchise wasn't as big as the MCU, because I tell you what, if Dick Donner stayed, he had plans for 5 or 6 Superman movies, and what a tragedy that was. That the Salkinds, you think the Zack Snyder stuff's bad? The Salkinds drove him off. And, basically Richard Donner actually did a great job and made that film. That film made money. And his Superman, who he cast, was in 3 more Superman movies. Never mind his Smallville cameos as well. So that wouldn't surprise me, Richie. Right, everyone, that's it. If I see a few more comments, I'll read them out. But I'm planning to sign off now. Richie Mo, I need Cavill in Black Adam. When he turned up in Zack Snyder's Justice League, I cheered like I was at a footy match. Yeah, it was really an exciting moment, wasn't it? No more comments? Is that it? It's time for me to sign off, I think. If there's nothing else for you guys, I'll be back tomorrow morning. The Flow will Cavill wear the black or blue suit in Black Adam? That's an interesting one. Black Adam is released when? Black Adam is released before Flash, isn't he? So, what will they do? Will they choose to honour Justice League as canon, or the Snyder Cut? Now, we've already been told that the Snyder Cut isn't canon. If it's pre-Flashpoint, I expect him to wear the blue costume. Richie Mo, do you think WB will get Cavill back? Yeah, I think he's going to be cameoing in many DCEU films, including Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and Black Adam. Yes, I think it's happening. Yes, for sure. Because if it wasn't happening, Henry would have told us, and the studio would have made some kind of announcement as well. So he's definitely still Superman, which is really awesome, isn't it, for all of us? I don't know anyone who's involved in my platforms who doesn't like Henry's Superman, so we want him back. He's perfect. He just needs maybe someone to craft his character a bit better than it's been crafted, but he's a brilliant Superman. So thank you very much, everyone. It's been a great stream, as per usual. So if you're rewatching this, comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. Share the video. Share the channel. Show your support. Show the world that you love me, right? What's wrong with telling the world that you love me, right? It'll be awesome, right? So I'll be back tomorrow for the Big Mouth Daily Live, probably about 9 a.m. UK time. Richie Mo, Cavill seems to me that he would want to be taken more seriously rather than just a cameo, though. Well, you don't know what the discussions have been. I'm talking about, they're not just cameos. He's not just going to be in one little sequence in Black Adam. There probably would be some kind of fight there between him and The Rock. So, and he will play a big part in Shazam, Fury of the Gods as well. That's what I believe. So, because they've only really just started Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and if Cavill's actually going out there now for that, that means he's got quite a bit to do. He'll be some kind of inspiration for Billy Batson as well. So it's not just cameos, but maybe there is a film for him upcoming as well. But at the end of the day, Richie, Cavill will take anything he can get. He loves this character, and he would never, ever rob the fans by saying, ooh, I want to be taken more seriously. I don't just want to do cameos. So that's how I feel about that. Richie Mo, good night, Mick. Good night, Richie, The Flow. Good night. Thank you all for your support. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. UK time, for the Big Mouth Daily Live. Who knows what news will be ready for us to unpackage and unwrap. Comment down below, like, share, and subscribe. See you again tomorrow. Great stream. I'm missing you already. Jeff Hill, night. Good night, Jeff. Good night, everyone. See you again soon. Goodbye. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter @MoviesTVMad. Goodbye.